The house in 2005 and 2006. My husband and our two kids who were teenagers at the time, the four of us built the house. It's a 1,400 square foot energy efficient house with a double wall construction, so we have 8 inches of insulation in the walls and 24 in the ceilings. We use about a quart of wood or a little less every year, and our electric bill is about 150 kilowatt hours a month. In fact, I just got money back from Green Mountain Power because they estimate your bill one month and then read the meter the next month, and I had a negative amount. It was very good. Anyway, so we have solar hot water, and as the secondary source of hot water, we have a wood cook stove that has a water jacket, so we have hot water from that, and then finally we have an instantaneous propane hot water heater. When all else fails and the sun's not out, we're not running the stove. Though with just my husband and I, we haven't used it. It was just when we had the 2 kids at home. And we have gardens, so we raise most of our vegetables. And when the trees are all mature, the fruit trees, oh I forgot, we have kiwis too, along with the apples, cherries, and plums, strawberries and blueberries. When they're all mature, we'll have all our fruit as well. And we have a chicken house that houses 15 chickens.
Do you ever go to the store and buy food, or do you mainly?
Yes. Well, the other way we buy food is with our bulk ordering group. So the only things I buy at the store are milk and beer and wine. And this time of year, it's getting edgy on the produce. So I have bought some produce. Like we're buying apples and stuff. But we have a cold frame that has we're harvesting spinach out of it. And I just planted lettuce and radishes in it.
Do you have a cold cellar as well? Do you have
No,
storage?
the house is on a slab, so we have no root cellar storage. But we're still eating carrots from the garden. What we do in the winter is we cover the carrots with leaves and put a tarp over it so the leaves don't blow away, and then we go out and dig the carrots. It keeps the ground from freezing, and so we're still eating the carrots from last summer. So you don't really, we've never had a root cellar, and you can, if you're creative, you can get away with that one.
And you said before that you don't have any electrical appliances around other than refrigerator.
Right. The only electrical appliances we have are the refrigerator, stove, and washing machine, and a laptop computer, which is everything. We watch movies on it. Have it as a computer. It's where the music is. The whole thing. And both the refrigerator and the washing machine are special energy efficient appliances that we had models of that same company when we lived off the grid. So no dryer, no microwave, no furnace, no TV, no whatever. In fact, we couldn't be certified as a LEED house, the energy efficient house, because we didn't have enough appliances. You have to have 5 energy efficient appliances, and we only had 2. So, a lot of people get energy efficient dishwashers, whatever. We just do stuff. If there's a way to do it by hand, we do it by hand.
And why do you do it? What's the impetus behind making these choices?
It's important to us, 2 things. One is to live on as small and ecological footprint as possible, to do our part to help the planet. And the other is by having less stuff and using less stuff and needing money, we are able to live on a small amount of money. We live on $20,000 a year, and we were able to retire in our mid-50s because we're able to live on a very small amount of money. So we have the freedom to do what we want, which for us is traveling. That's what's important to my husband and I.
How would you recommend other people essentially reaching where you are at now?
Well, they could read my book, Freedom Through Frugality, Spend Less, Have More, where I tell our story, and the first half of the book is about the whys of doing this and living this way, and then the second half is the hows, with hundreds of suggestions about how you can live on less. But there's 2 things that we do. One is that when we do things, we ask ourselves if we can do those without using fossil fuel energy, which means walking, biking, chopping vegetables by hand, hanging clothes outside and not using a dryer, that kind of thing. And then the second thing is every time we want to buy something, we ask ourselves why. And we look for the answer to that. And if the answer isn't legitimate, if the why is because I'm in the mood, that's not legitimate. If the why is, you know, I need this can of paint to repaint the trim that's needs painting, that's legitimate. But then the next question is to ask, is there a way to get what you want without spending a lot of money? Can you buy it used? Can you buy it at a thrift shop? Can you borrow it from a friend? Can you make do with what you have? And it's a more creative way to live. And I find that interesting and fun.